I'm starting over. I'm 55 years old, and after nearly 16 years of domestic partnership, I am now single. And this is my video journal of my journey. I have no idea where I'm going to end up. I have no real clue if this is going to turn out positively, but I am trusting in the God of my understanding to step out on His word that everything is going to be okay. And besides that, I have no choice. It's sink or swim time. It is what it is. I am single. I am 55. Need to live. So here we go. So for me, the most important and probably the most difficult part of this journey so far is to not be bitter. And I found that for me, what has worked is to always own what I contributed to the dissolution of my domestic partnership. When I'm tempted to place the blame, I am compelled to ask myself the question, and what was your part? For example, I can say that my partner was selfish. That's true. My partner is quite selfish, but then I must ask myself, well, when did you discover that? And when I'm honest, I have to say, I've always known that. In fact, it was part of the charm in the beginning. I didn't know that it would turn on me. So, can't be upset. You know, there's this story about, well, it depends upon where you're from. You may have heard different versions of the story. One involves a little girl and a snake, the other one involves a frog and a scorpion. But nonetheless, the story goes that a little girl's walking along, it's cold, she comes across a snake. Snake is nearly dead, and he pleads to the little girl, please, please, please pick me up, and warm me so I don't die. And the little girl says, but I feel sorry for you and I don't want you to die, but if I pick you up, you're going to bite me. And he says, no, I promise you I won't. It wouldn't be even my best interest to bite you because, you're going to keep me warm. And so she says, okay. And she picks him up and she puts him in her coat close to her heart. And then as he begins to warm, he bites her. Yeah, after he gets all nice and warm, he bites her. And as she dies, she's with her last breath, she goes, but why did you bite me? I was keeping you warm. I was saving you. And he says, but you knew I was a snake when you picked me up. So I can't harbor any bitterness with my partner and hold him solely accountable for, again, the dissolution of our partnership. I made some choices. I'm grown. Everything isn't meant to last forever. We think that when something's good, we want to hold on to it forever, that it's supposed to last forever, but everything has a time and a season. And understanding and being able to accept that for me, I believe, is the first step into being able to moving on, which is what this diary is all about. Documenting my movement onward and forward into my destiny, because good, bad, or indifferent, this is my destiny. This is part of my destiny. I may not like it, um, but I imagine that babies don't like being born, actually. I mean, think about it. For all of their lives, I know for you and I, it's only 9 months, but for them, that is their entire life. They've been encased in this warm, familiar, dark place that is comfortable. They've grown to love. And now, all of a sudden, all this pressure is coming down on them and forcing them into something uncomfortable, into a smaller space, just pushing them. And then when they do get out, it's cold. That's the first thing they're greeted with is this rush of coldness and then all this light and these people, and it has to be the most terrifying thing in the world. But if it doesn't happen, they'll die in there. They can't, it's not meant for them to stay. Now, I'm not going to profess to be a saint. In this process of moving on, I have to acknowledge that I've been hurt. Yeah, I'm hurting. This is not what I wanted. Again, but it's necessary. But it's not what I wanted. And we're going to admit to that. And in those times when I concentrate on that part, when I go to that woe is me and he did me wrong thing and oh, what am I going to do? That's when I start thinking about things like keying his car, slashing his tires, uh, until Monday, which is like 3 days from now. We're still cohabitating together, so X-lax in his food. Hell, we're legally married, so the thought has even gone in through my mind to do something like get a bunch of credit in our name, joint accounts and ruin his credit. But those are just fleeting ideas and fancies. And again, I recognize that that is me giving in to the hurt and to the disappointment and not reaching for the light. Understanding that although it may hurt, although it may not be what I wanted, if I'm honest, this has never really been what I wanted. It was what I was accepting. And I had become comfortable with accepting, uh, because not to accept would have meant to take a stand that I wasn't ready to make. So, yeah, important to always look to the light, because those dark thoughts won't do anything except bring you down. You know, again, I'll acknowledge that there's some hurt, but I can't contribute to that pain, that hurt, by succumbing to it and adding to it. That's what happens. People talk about the law of attraction, and I do absolutely believe it's true that if you spend your time talking about the things that you don't like, guess what you're going to increase in your life? the things that you don't like. If you keep spending time giving energy to the hurt and the pain, you're continue to feel the hurt and the pain. I choose not to. Um, I'm too strong for that. Yeah, there's a sense of pride that I have that just will not allow me to wallow in that pain. There's also a spiritual guidance system within me that keeps pointing me to the fact that this is not an ending, but a beginning. It's all about, what do I do with this time? What I'm not going to do again is spend this time contributing to um, my own downfall by, again, wallowing in the pain, the hurt, and the disappointment. And it's giving way, way too much credit to another human being for my happiness, before and for my survival, even for my success. So, uh, yeah, we end that right away. Then the second is to then take now this energy, because there is some energy to the pain. There is real pain. I'm not trying to ignore that part. Um, but instead, take that pain and turn it into some creative energy, which is what this journal is about. Yeah, because the best revenge is living well. To move on fabulously. Again, not with the bitter intent of, I'll show you, but just because it's like, thanks for the time we had. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the opportunity. And thank you for releasing me. Thank you for revealing to me the roadblocks that were in my life. Um, Thank you for journeying with me up till this point. Thank you for being you. Yeah, just thank you for being you.